Hello and welcome to AD Vlogs. This is the first video of my 3-part series through which I intend to showcase the entire story of my trip to Himachal. Over the course of this video, I shall share all the details about my places of stay, activities undertaken and costs involved. So do watch the entire video till its end and share it with others and subscribe to my channel if you like it. So it all started on the 30th of April 2022. I took a midnight flight to Delhi and landed at 2:15 am. And by 3 am, I had hit the road, traveling towards Chandigarh. There was not much traffic after crossing Sonipat, and by sunrise the roads had become an absolute breeze. By 9 am, I had reached Chandigarh, and there were the first glimpse of the hills. After entering Himachal at Baddi, it gradually started feeling warmer. And by the time I had reached Sundarnagar, it was really hot. I reached Mandi at around 2 pm, but thereafter it gradually became a pain to proceed further. Road construction work was in full swing, and there were kilometers of long traffic queues, with cars barely moving forward. It took me about 3.5 hours to reach Kullu from Mandi. But given the visible intensity of the ongoing works, it surely won't take much more time to complete, and hopefully by next year it would be a pleasure to travel along this route. The conditions improved significantly after crossing Kullu. There was a short drizzle, the sun went down behind the clouds, the weather became very soothing, and there were some pleasant scenes to enjoy. And I finally reached Manali at 7 p.m. At Manali, I had booked my room at the Hotel Ibex, located right at the end of the mall, close to the bus terminus. A deluxe room cost me 1900 per night with GST via Go Ibibo without any discount coupons. Next day, it was time for me to explore Manali and undertake some activities. First, I headed for Dobhi, around 10 kilometers from Manali, to experience paragliding. A 10-minute session cost 3200, and if you want GoPro footage from them, it would cost an additional 500 bucks. From the lower valley on the river bank, they will take you to the top of a hill, whereupon you can take your leap of faith. It is one of the must undertake activities if you are visiting Himachal. I booked it from a private operator, but there are options on the HPTDC website too, which is marginally cheaper. After enjoying some time in the air, I had my lunch and decided to spend some time by the Beers River. If you want some more adventure, you can opt for a river rafting session. This is again offered by both the private operators as well as the HPTDC. The cost is more or less equivalent, something around 3000 rupees for a group of 4. However, if you can bargain, you can bring down the asking price. After cooling down on the banks of the river Bears, it was time for some local sightseeing, and I headed for the Hirimba Devi temple. It is a centuries old temple. Manali and Himachal Pradesh as a whole has lots of sites associated with the Pandavas, and the Hirimba Devi temple is one of them. It is dedicated to Lord Hirimba, who is mythologically the wife of Bhima, one of the Pandavas. The main temple building is surrounded by a sparse forest made of pine and cedar trees, where you can spend some nice time with your family or kids. At the end of the day, it was time to spend some cozy time at the mall for shopping and engaging with the milieu. Next morning, I started early at 7:30, heading towards further north. Sadly, the Rohtang Pass had not yet opened for the season, and I would have to content myself with a visit to the ATAL Tunnel. My driver informed me that currently tourists are being allowed to a place called GRAMPHU, which is what you will find on the Google Maps as the Spiti Cut. I decided to go and explore as far I would be allowed. I crossed the Solang Valley at about 8 am. This place would be madly crowded when it gets covered with snow in the winter. At about 8:45, I finally reached the ATAL Tunnel and decided to proceed further without stopping. with photo sessions left for the return journey. This 9-kilometer long tunnel is an absolute engineering marvel. And once you exit it on the other side towards KOKSAR, you are greeted with a stunning landscape which is absolutely amazing. There is a fee of 100 rupees that you would have to pay for small cars collected by the local authorities under Special Area Development Fund. Finally, at around 9:30, I reached KOKSAR. There is a checkpost at KOKSAR which is the beginning of the Spiti district of Himachal Pradesh. At KOKSAR, I had to wait for half an hour because tourists won't be allowed to proceed beyond the checkpost before 10 am. And it was time to explore the stunning landscapes around. At 10 am, the tourist vehicles that had already gathered at KOKSAR were allowed to proceed, and as we did, the scenes increasingly became breathtakingly beautiful. The snow, which was so far visible only on the hilltops, started moving closer to the road, and at places half the road was still under solid snow blocks. After reaching the point where vehicles were stopped, it was time to explore on foot. If you want to undertake activities here, you have the option of skiing, ATV rides, etc., which I didn't feel would be quite worth the money. On the return journey, I stopped at the ATAL Tunnel to enjoy the beauty of the snow-capped peaks around. Post lunch at Manali, I headed for Naggar, and my destination was the Naggar Castle, where I had booked a room for a night stay. Naggar is located at around 25 kilometers from Manali, and it will take you around 40 to 45 minutes to reach there. At around 2 p.m., I finally reached the Naggar Castle. The Naggar Castle has a bit of history about it. It used to be the royal palace of the Maharaja of Kullu when Naggar used to be the capital. It is a medieval structure of stones and wood, built in the 15th century, even before Babur the invader came to Bharat. Now it is a heritage property taken over by the Himachal Pradesh government, run as a heritage hotel. It withstood the devastating earthquake in 1905 of 7.8 magnitude when about 20,000 people lost their lives. You can make a day trip to the property by paying a small entry fee of 50 rupees. There is a restaurant within the complex where you can dine in. And it also houses a small temple called the Jagatipath Temple, said to be the erstwhile royal deity. The main building surrounds a large courtyard in the middle on three sides, while on the fourth you get a splendid view of the valley in front. You can spend your time sitting in the courtyard. Many famous Hindi films like The Machis, Roja, Jab We Met, Barsat, Bang Bang have all been filmed here. Tourists flock here throughout the day for photo sessions. I had booked the Royal Suite via the HPTDC website, costing 4,000 rupees plus taxes, overlooking the valley beyond. The prices are seasonally variable. So I hope you liked the video, and if you like it, please to share with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell icon to get updates on the new videos that I upload. Do wait for the next part of this series. Thanks for watching.